Judson Rockets here on homecoming are going to be fighting for their playoff lives.
They really are. There's a 3-week stretch here where they got to win at least 2 of the next 3. But, Don, don't go to sleep on these Rockets. I know you won't. Of their 5 losses, 4 of them have come in the closing minutes of the ball game. This team is really young. They're really good, although their record hasn't reflected it. And Canyon, obviously, they win tonight, and they can pretty much write their own ticket. But they're pretty much already in the playoffs right now, but they've got designs on winning a district championship. This is a humongous ball game tonight for both teams.
They've had a lot of coaching changes at New Braunfels Canyon over the last 3 years. Sean McAuliffe, who played at Judson and coached here at Judson, is at New Braunfels Canyon, and he's got a running back that people are talking about in Jackson Reagan.
Well, Jackson Reagan, I mean, what doesn't this guy do? I mean, the stats are just absolutely unreal. Closing in on a 1,200-yard season. This guy's got 19 touchdowns, both running it and receiving it. Don, he's even thrown a touchdown pass this year. You really don't have to reinvent the wheel when you have a legit 4-4, 4-5 guy running it. Jackson Reagan is the real deal, and boy, has he cobbled together a heck of a season.
Yeah, 195 pounds, too. For the Judson Rockets, look out for Jordan Dukes. He's also 195 pounds. He's playing linebacker, and he's a track guy with a 22-200.
Yeah, I mean, here's another guy that's a speed guy, and when we were talking to Coach Mark Soto about Jordan Dukes this week, he just said 2 words: alpha dog. There's not a Judson Rocket on this team that will mess with Jordan Dukes. He comes with nasty intentions on the football field. Great kid. They love him off the field. They love him even more as a football player because of what he brings in terms of attitude. When he steps on a football field, Jordan Dukes is going to be a sideline-to-sideline stud in this ball game tonight.
All right, it is homecoming. The Rockets got pep talks from former coaches like Pete Gibbons and Jim Rackley. They're ready to run through a wall. When we come back, it's our national anthem and kickoff as we get closer to kickoff here on Thursday Night Lights from Converse, Texas.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, County-Wide Service Company, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
The Judson Rockets taking the field here on homecoming at Rutledge Stadium in a huge game they just absolutely have to have in the 29 6A district standings. Thursday Night Lights coming to you from Converse, Texas, Week 8. As I said, it is homecoming, so a lot of on-field festivities before tonight's game. And Chuck, you got a chance to talk to both coaches coming into this one. I've never heard Sean McAuliffe more confident in his Canyon Cougars. And at the same time, Coach Mark Soto thinks his team is a playoff team and could make a deep playoff run. They've lost 4 games they think they should have won in the last minute, and it could have gone either way. So we're expecting a good one here tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, for Canyon, it's kind of ironic, right? Sean McAuliffe played at Judson. He coached at Judson. It's homecoming, so he's bringing his squad in here tonight. And, you know, the one thing they want to do tonight as we look at our keys to the game, sponsored by the Gomez Law Firm, Don, they want to tackle well, limit the self-inflicted wounds. It's been a little bit of a problem, although, you know, again, they're 3-0 in district. How bad can it be, right? And then weather the storm that's coming. Coach McAuliffe knows that Judson's got some dudes. They always do. And you really want to try to limit the explosives, you know, and as much as you can, you know, try not to get into a track meet with these guys.
Yeah, talk about, you know, Judson's got all the guys that are in the NFL, and this is a football factory. You're going to see tonight a tackle, number 79, a freshman, 14-year-old, who is 6'7", 350 pounds, by the name of Jastorm Knight. And look out, because he might be the next Rocket superstar. Man, what, 6'7", 350, he's 14.
Don, we've seen some big ones this year, right? We talked about some of the guys that Burbank had that were young guys. I mean, just the size of some of these underclassmen, it's just, they didn't make them like this when we were coming up, that's for sure.
No, he's already been to the University of Texas football camp, and believe me, they recognized him, and they're on track. We'll have to see how he develops. But certainly you can't coach 6'8", 350.
No, you got to like the base, right?
Let's turn it over to Milton Hope, our public address announcer here at Rutledge Stadium, for tonight's colors and national anthem.
Cadets presenting the colors. U.S. Guard, Cadet Captain Eric Valdivia Kaler. U.S. Flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Maria Bernhardt. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Lieutenant Priscilla Mata. Texas Guard, Cadet First Lieutenant Pearl Lucio. Please remain standing and remove your hats as the color guard comes in place. The Judson High School Choir, along with Judson and Woodlake Hills Middle School, pay tribute to our great nation, our men and women in uniform throughout the world, and our veterans with the singing of our national anthem under the direction of Elizabeth James.
Coverage of tonight's national anthem is sponsored by the Vietnam Army Grunt Museum.
Hey, family and friends, football fans, if you have family and friends that can't make it to the game tonight, let them know it's being broadcast live on CWSA. It's the 16th season of Taco Cabana's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Gomez Law Firm. The TNL team of Don Harris, Chuck Nicotinic, and Matt Roy here to showcase the hard work of these athletes, coaches, spirit squads, trainers, and bands. So if you got somebody that couldn't make it tonight, tell your friends and family to watch on the CWSA or the live stream on CW35.com, News 4 San Antonio Facebook, and Fox San Antonio Facebook.
Welcome back. It's time for our Rhino Roofers kickoff. Judson kicking it off, and it'll be Canyon getting the ball first here as we are fired up for some high school football here on Thursday Night Lights. It's one of those pooch kicks that's taken down right at the 30-yard line, and that's where we will see the offense for the Canyon Cougars for the first time tonight. They're led by Reese Dietrich at quarterback. He's a senior, but all eyes will be on that running back. Number 5, Jackson Reagan, over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns, and 4 more receiving, 12 catches for 171 yards.
Yeah, Don, averaging 7 yards a touch, right? I mean, you don't have to do the math to know that, yeah, we want to get this guy the football a lot.
All right, they come out in a bunch set here on first down. And they hand it right away to Reagan, and he's got about 5 on the play. It'll set up second down. Here's that offensive lineup, and up front, Chuck Diego Sanchez is the guy to watch.
Dude, they are big. Probably the biggest offensive line we have seen all year. I mean, just across the board. They've got a bunch of Jolly Green Giants up there, and it's going to be fun to watch these guys do their business too. And you know, unfortunately for Judson too, they're a little thin right now at defensive line.
Second down and 8. Here's that set again. It's Reagan again. He's following those big guys up front. Picks up about 3, and he's a little short. No, it'll be third down and about 3. Again, Jordan Dukes, the guy to watch on the Judson side on defense. Number 6, the linebacker who can flat out fly. They've got some very good players in the back end as well.
I think you're spitting truth.
As always, right? Good athletes.
Absolutely.
It's third down and 4. That defense trying to get off the field here. They'll go to Reagan one more time. He's got a seam. He spins down, and he's got the first down. It's a San Antonio Zoo first down, and the Cougars keep the drive alive.
You know, their quarterback's really good too, so it just goes to show you the confidence that they have. Look, they got the big guys pulling and trucking guys downfield, but you know, 3rd and 5, they don't have any problems giving it to their stud backfield.
Big Diego Sanchez pulling on that play, clearing the way for Reagan. There you see his numbers, averaging almost 7 yards a pop. Sean McAuliffe coming back to this area from the Houston area. It's another San Antonio Zoo first down. They hand that time inside. That's Reagan again. He lined up in a different spot, and he's got 3. Call it 4.
We talked about Diego Sanchez, Don. I mean, all district, 6'5", 315 pounds, really talented. I mean, we can go on and on about these guys, and I think we will as the night goes along, but they are some beefy, athletic dudes, and, you know, pretty good reason why you can understand Reagan's having such a great year.
Second down and 6 for the Cougars here. Dietrich to Reagan, and you see his shiftiness there as he's got a big chunk all the way down inside Judson territory to the Rocket 41.
Yeah, really good ceiling block on the outside, and you're right, the vision was absolutely elite on that. DJ Lucky kicked out and threw a nice block too, but so far it's pretty simple for these Canyon Cougs. Just Jackson Reagan, Jackson Reagan, Jackson Reagan until you can stop it.
He's already got 5 carries on the night. All 5 of their offensive plays. Another San Antonio Zoo first down. This time they run a little option. Dietrich keeps. He's got a nice gain there. Dukes brings him down for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be second down and 5.
36-yard line, gain of 5.
A pretty brisk moving first quarter. I thought we would see Canyon open it up a little bit tonight, especially in the early going, but right now it is literally just Jackson Reagan, Jackson Reagan, Jackson Reagan. Reminds you of the Fast Times line, right? Jefferson, Jefferson, Jefferson.
The great Forrest Whitaker.
Texan.
Second and 5. Dietrich fakes to Reagan, keeps himself. He's near another San Antonio Zoo first down. Looks like they're going to start about a half-yard short. Our game time weather brought to you by Aaron Plumbing today. Beautiful night, 84 and clear with a light wind out of the southeast. It is just a gorgeous night for football. Once the sun went down, it was already fairly low humidity down there on the field. Now that the sun's gone, it is a great night to play some high school football. 3rd and 1. And it's Reagan, sets his feet, picks up 4. It'll be good for another San Antonio Zoo first down as they head closer to the Central Med red zone. Just a methodical drive. And Chuck, I would think if you're the Judson front, this is all well and good here in the first quarter, but those big old boys start to wear you down by the time you get to quarters 3 and 4.
Dude, I mean, Diego Sanchez again. It's just hard to take your eyes off big number 77, isn't it? I mean, this guy is just absolutely having a field day so far early in this football game.
He's going to play in our San Antonio Sports All-Star game in January. The participants announced this week. They go to Reagan on first down, pops it to the outside, cuts back in. And that's all you want as a football coach. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you do that 3 times, 4 times, you get a first down. And gain of about 3 or 4 there.
Yeah, really nice job by Amarian Evans, number 30. This guy's coming in with 16 tackles and a pick. He's just a sophomore, but great tackle in the open field right there to make it second and a lot of yardage so they get those sticks.
Speaking of Evans, Anthony Evans doing a great job for those Georgia Bulldogs. Saw him return a couple of kicks against the Longhorns the other day from Converse Judson. Handoff, Reagan again. That time he's got nowhere to go as the Judson front 4 bows up and gets a stop there. Nice play by that Judson linebacking core as Joshua Ramirez was in on that tackle.
He sure was. And a little something at the end of this as we look at the play before. Both good plays right here. The Rockets have got the Cougs behind the chains a little bit right here on 3rd down.
3rd and 6. Will they be in 2-down territory here? Dietrich wants to throw it. Does. Caught inside the 15, down around the 12-yard line. A great completion to David Waring, one of their senior receivers, who's got 5 catches for 51 yards on the year. And Reese Dietrich just threw a really nice ball and hit him right where he was open.
Yeah, dude, that was an absolute laser beam right there. I mean, 15 total touchdowns for Reese. And, you know, a little better runner than I think people give him credit for. But this guy very calm and composed. All district last year, so that tells you all you need to know in this league. But doing very well what he's being asked to do to run this offense.
They line up Sanchez in the backfield. They hand it to Reagan. He gets the corner and gets the 5. He's out around the 4, but what was that? The big fella, Refrigerator, in the backfield as one of the running backs.
Well, I mean, 77, I'm getting the heck out of the way, that's for sure, man. I'm going to live to fight another day. But, yeah, Chad Way, the offensive coordinator at Canyon, of course, we've talked about Chad over the years. You know, he grew up playing football, high school football at New Braunfels with the one and only Cliff Kingsbury. So he's been working on packages, and I'm curious to see what the rest of the night holds.
All right, they're inside the Central Med red zone, knocking on the door. Dietrich keeps. He's to the 2, dives for the goal line. Do they give it to him? Yes, touchdown, Canyon. The Cougars strike first.
Touchdown, Cougars.
What a drive to begin the game for the Canyon Cougars. Picked up a couple of nice third downs along the way, and you keep those Judson offenders off the field when you can have a drive like that. Man, you keep your defense nice and fresh, and what a start for these Cougs trying to go 4-0 in league play.
Carlos Henriquez on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good, and it is 7-0. New Braunfels Canyon. They lead it. Judson gets their first crack at it when we come back.
Yeah, salute to your guy Waring, too, with the holes. Elite.
Thank you to all the great sponsors for JISP Athletics. 67-yard touchdown drive for the Cougars. 7 minutes, 50 seconds off the play clock. Capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Dietrich.
Hey, way to make it work. All right, way to make it work. Oh, let's go, let's go.
Hey, our Moonlight Ballroom Skycam over at the pep rally today. Look at the crowd on hand here. Smile Cam brought to you by Moonlight Ballroom, San Antonio's premier venue for all quinceañeras, sweet 16s, and graduation parties. For more information, visit moonlightballroomsa.com. That's a good-sized crowd there ready to cheer on this homecoming group.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing what these Rockets have on offense, too. And Canyon's another team, Don, that's a little banged up coming into this game. A little more banged up than usual. So we'll see if Judson can counter and make hay on their first drive.
Isaiah Hopewell, one of the back guys ready to receive this kickoff. Will squibber into the end zone. And so we will see Elijah Favela for the first time. Chuck, we've seen him over the years. He's a 3-year starter. He was all-district first team a year ago. He's an academic all-district with a 4.0 GPA and also plays on the basketball team. Just a great athlete playing quarterback here at Judson.
4.0 GPA, that's all?
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, Elijah. This guy came in his second or third game of his sophomore year, Don. He's just never given it up. He's more of an RPO guy, but they run kind of a mesh/shadow concept on their offense. But, you know, this guy, really good basketball player. His dad was a really good basketball player, too. Played for Coach Wacker back in the day.
We saw how tough he was last year in that game that we had here at Rutledge Stadium. So Judson's first possession. Here's Favela. They'll change the play. Their lead running back is just a sophomore. That's Caden Graham. They hand here on first down, and he goes forward for a good 5.
Caden Graham on the carry.
He's got shifty feet as we take a look at their offensive line. They too have some big guys, including the center Josiah Green at 260, but he's outweighed by 100 pounds by his freshman teammate. They look his way, gets a good block, and just misses on the pass to Graham in the flat. You can see big number 79, Jai Storm Knight there blocking for Favela. And even down in a three-point stance, he's 6'3".
Right.
There's the New Braunfels Canyon defense. Their stars are Caleb Gaynor, the safety, and their corner, Tapua Hananda.
Yeah, 9's pretty darn good, too. Check him out on the DE.
Favela going to throw, got a man wide open down the middle and just overshot. I believe that was Jack Call. No, check that. Number 8, Davian Watson. And he too is a star with 28 catches and 342 yards. And so Judson goes 3 and out. Oh, that was wide open.
Yeah, Don, and that's one of the keys to the game, sponsored by Gomez Law Firm. I mean, they want to execute to a high degree. I mean, that was all you could eat right there. They just did not, or were not able to make the connection there. And then some of these things have to do with effort and pride in your school, as you see, total effort and team spirit. And we'll get into some of the pep talks they've got from some of these Judson legend coaches, but they really, really played with all of that last week, and it showed up in their huge win over San Marcos.
So the punt by Isaiah Hopewell is down right near the 40. Canyon will have it there when we come back. Hey, we're going down to the sidelines to Matt Roy, and it's a very special day. It's Matt's birthday. Happy birthday to you, Matt. The last one in the 20s, huh?
Yeah, last one in the 20s, 29 today, but much less important than that, or much more important than that. I'm much less important, excuse me. Brianna Cabello, one of our sponsors here from Taco Cabana. Brianna, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, but happy to see you as always.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. We're glad to be here with some new products.
Absolutely. You guys are one of our key sponsors here again on TNL. Why is it you choose to keep coming back for more?
Yeah, so we're just happy to serve our community. Taco Cabana is a big part of our community. This is where we were founded. This is our birthplace, and so we love giving back to the community in different ways, to our students and to our teachers, and to all of our frontline workers. So we're just glad to be here and be a part of that.
So let's show what we have cooking here. What do you guys have cooking at Taco Cabana this month?
Right now, we're doing our Chipotle lime chicken. So I brought us a dozen of that. Some nice Chipotle lime chicken tacos. They're delicious. You want to try one?
I guess I have to.
That's a silly question.
That's a silly question. You're right, Chuck. That is a silly question. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that from her here. Here we go. I'm about to get ambushed here, by the way. This is my wife, Jordan.
Way to go, Jordan.
She brought a sash.
Nice work.
And she said happy birthday. By the way, Taco Cabana, I got an email from Taco Cabana earlier today saying that I get 2 free tacos for my birthday. So if you sign up, you get 2 free tacos on your birthday. So, Brianna, it's just another great thing Taco Cabana is doing.
TC app. Sign up for our TC app, and you will get those points, and you'll get your 2 tacos for your birthday.
This is another example that I don't have any say in what goes on in my household. Back up to you guys.
Very nice, Matt. You got tonight's the night. You got to make sure that box gets up to the press box before it's completely gone.
Absolutely.
Did you notice that Matt Roy is the only person here in the stadium bigger than J-Storm Knight?
Absolutely. Hello.
Going deep, got a man almost caught on 2nd and 8. Yeah, Matt Roy, Knight's what, 6'8", 350? Matt's right there.
Boy, what a pretty ball by Reese Dietrich. Going for the home run with Jackson Kunze just a little bit past his outstretched hands. Boy, that was real close to being a home run right there for the Cougs as they try to stretch the Rocket defense.
2:47 in this fast-moving first quarter. It's 3rd and 7 for the Canyon Cougars and quarterback Reese Dietrich, who sends 3 to the left, 2 to the right, brings a man in motion. Now that's Reagan. They fake it to him. Dietrich keeps. He's got huge room right up the middle. Plenty for a San Antonio Zoo first down across midfield and into Judson territory.
Well, I'll tell you what, he really sold that too. I thought, man, Judson just got back there and blew up the play, and my eyes went where they went.
Tackled in the secondary by Marcel Smith.
Luckily for Canyon, he pulled it, and Reese Dietrich was up the field for a huge first down.
Can't blame Judson for having their eyes on number 5. They set that up nicely. Now they send 3 again to the left, including Kunze. Kendrew Walker also split left, 2 to the right. Complete pass formation here on 1st and down. Blitz comes, and they've got him. Coming off the edge, a really nice play by number 20 for the Judson Rockets. That's Asa Duhart, the junior linebacker.
Asa Duhart coming up with a big play for these Rockets. And boy, was that needed. Coming off the edge and making sure he did not miss his opportunity.
So a big loss of about 7 there. It'll be
Loss of 6 on the play, 2nd and 16.
They'll call it 6. It'll be 2nd and 16. Now things get interesting for this Canyon offense that run the ball on their first drive methodically down the field. Now in a passing situation, they're going to get it to Reagan at the edge. And he gets a few, gets about 6 back. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Jackson Regan out of the backfield.
Staying home nicely for the Rockets was number 4, Marcel Smith, who made the tackle. He's got 64 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery on the year. He's having an outstanding junior season.
Absolutely.
Is Marcel Smith.
Yeah, you know, and that was a really good job by the Rockets staying at home right there, too. I mean, these Cougs got a lot of weapons they can beat you with.
3rd and 11, Dietrich keeps again. This time he does not have that kind of room, as Smith is right there again, joined by a couple of teammates, and that'll set up 4th down, and they're at the 44.5, 45-yard line. And right now the offense stays on the field for the Canyon Cougars.
Yeah, Jordan Dukes getting some help.
Maybe a missed face mask there. Didn't see it.
Well, I think I'd be shocked now if they wouldn't go for it. I mean, if you're going to do a quarterback draw right there on 3rd and long, then I think the thought process was we're going to try to get this in 2 plays.
That is the first quarter.
But we're going to do it in the second quarter.
Judson 0.
A quick moving first quarter. Canyon leads at 7-0. It's 4th and 9. We'll flip the field when we come back. Time for our San Antonio Ready to Work highlights, where you can train for a better paying, high quality job. It's 7-0 because of Reese Dietrich going in on a 4-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0. That capped off a long drive where they just ate up the clock and handed the ball time after time to Reagan. Here we go, 4th down and long. It's a little quick kick. Judson will just let it bounce inside the 10, takes a canyon roll. This may go all the way down to the 3. So Judson's going to have a long way to go after a nice little quick kick there by the Canyon defense. Judson wasn't fooled. They weren't going to send anybody back just in case they were going to go for it. So we're going to see Favela and the Judson offense back on the field here. They went 3 and out their first time. So go back down to the field and Matt Roy. Matt?
I would just like it to be known that I'm being forced to wear this against my will. My wife literally won't let me take it off. So we're going to do Joseph Gomez joins us now from the Gomez Law Firm. Mr. Gomez's son. Joseph, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Happy birthday, Matt, and thank you guys for having us out here.
I appreciate that, and we appreciate you guys here present as the presenting sponsor of TNL. You guys have been around for 50 years. What does that mean to you and to your family?
Hey, well, Matt, the big thing is my dad's been practicing law for 50 years. He's proudly represented injured people in car accidents, trucking cases. So we're glad that we can be here and be a sponsor and help these kids with football.
It's not just TNL, though. You guys do multiple education scholarships as well. So how else do you guys give back to the community?
So my parents are involved in a lot of different organizations where they give back to the community, whether it's Ray Feo and scholarships. We also give a lot to the San Antonio Independent School District through their foundation. And so we're constantly trying to give back to the community any way that we can.
Absolutely, and we always got to remember Gomez Law Fights.
Absolutely, Gomez Law Fights. Thank you guys for having us so much.
Joseph, thank you so much. I'm going to go try and take this off somehow without my wife noticing. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. We again thank the Gomez family for their involvement in TNL as Elijah Massendale picks up a San Antonio Zoo first down as Judson puts the ball in the air. You see these tough young runners for Judson going vertical and getting upfield, bracing contact. That's one of the coach's sons, Jack Call there. His dad, very crucial in this Judson program. He's the assistant head coach, Joel Call, and they've been instrumental in the Judson community for years, and now Jack is all grown up and playing varsity football. Inside handoff here again to the sophomore. I really like this guy, Chuck. Caden Graham. For just a sophomore, he's not only shifty, he's tough. And you saw his quick feet there as he picked up a little something out of nothing, avoiding the tackling.
A little tough extra grit yard or two after the end of that one. He goes by KG, I guess, but he started every game, and he had a great game against San Marcos last week. He had over 100 yards in the first half.
Countywide Service Company first down as Favela wants to throw. He's pressured, and he's going to be sacked.
Oh, yeah.
The Canyon Cougars bringing the edge. Romick McFall, the first one there, and this is a guy, that's nothing new for him. He's an all-district player, 6'3", 195, had 5 quarterback pressures and 3 tackles for loss coming in.
Yeah, and this guy's a heck of a basketball player. In fact, they say basketball is his best sport. I'm not so sure watching what this guy's put on film this year, but what a ball player he is, and I've been told he is hands down the leader of this entire football team. That's how much the other guys look up to him.
2nd and 16 for Favela, throwing down here. He's got pressure coming, got a little screen set up, and there's got space. This could go a long way to the 50, to the 40, racing to the 30, a nice cutback, still on his feet. Inside the 10, down to the 3-yard line is the sophomore Caden Graham. That cutback was elite.
Man, you're not kidding. And then how about the hustle on the back end? Was that 2 or 3 that threw that last block that came out of nowhere? I mean, man, you'd love to see this, right? That's a bust and a big play. You got a guy running down the field, and then one of those Rockets came down there and really threw a nice block.
They throw the one-on-one route, and it's picked off in the end zone. So all that momentum as Judson got right down to the 3, they went quick and they throw a pick. That right there is a microcosm of the Judson season. That is, you see flashes where they are just as good as anybody in this district, and then missed opportunities with a crucial mistake there.
Well, they've got some young DBs back there, and Kinsey, they move him all over the place. What a play that was. I mean, he had inside leverage there, and like he was about to one-hand that thing anyway. What a fantastic play to stop what otherwise was going to be an epic Judson drive.
Yeah, that ball is meant to be thrown to the outside. He just kind of let him inside. And you see Mark Soto down there standing alone, just so frustrating because Judson has the athletes, and they have a good team. It's very young, but they are mistake prone. And, I mean, maybe one of their biggest plays of the year gets him down to the 3, and the very next snap they turn it over. And that's where your mental toughness and your pep talks from Coach Rackley have to come up big, because you don't want to get your dauber down here as it's a countywide service company first down for the Cougars, who go back to Reagan, and he picks up about 3. So we'll see how the Judson defense responds.
11 Laharice making a nice play right there, and that's the thing, man. These Judson Rockets got some tough hombres on defense, so he just did a nice job of getting off the field on the last drive, and you're trying to make it 2 in a row here and get the ball right back to their offense. Try to get that momentum back.
2nd and 5. Inside handoff back to Reagan. He's got 3. It'll be 3rd down and 2 or 3. Third and 1.
You see some of these big cats up front for the Canyon Cougars. You got Goldman right there in the middle, and Sean McCullough was saying he walked on the Canyon, didn't know anybody, and saw the Goldman kid. He goes, he saw his dad. He goes, "Hey, I know you. We played ball together." So at least he made a friend pretty quick there when he first got to his new stomping grounds.
They go to Reagan on 3rd and 1, and he's got room. Reagan cutting it back. Spinning across the 35 of Judson, down at the 33, and you can see why that young man has got over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns coming in.
Yeah, I mean, man, he just gets, you give him a step, he's going, right? Hard to catch, we see that. And you know, what they talked about, what they marvel about this guy, he says, you know, we're playing people that have been bigger and stronger than us, but he just runs away from guys and always looks forward to the challenge each and every week. Right now he's got offers from Yale and UIW, but man, he's fun to watch.
Good size, good speed, 6:40 to go. Dietrich going to throw, pressured. Now he's running. He's got a lot of room if he's got the speed to get the edge. Gets one block, but Judson had good pursuit there. He does a nice job of just getting down as Marcel Smith was in hot pursuit.
Yeah, what a great job by Joshua Ramirez, the senior, to get back there and kind of mess things up.
Let's go back down to the sidelines and Matt Roy. Matt?
Guys, I'm here with Joe Corchado, and you want to introduce the little one here?
Say, Alejandro. What's your name?
Oh, we can read a shirt that says, "I'm Alejandro doing Alejandro things." So it's pretty cool. And this is Joe doing Beluga things. Joe, you guys are one of the key sponsors here for the Scholar Athlete this year. Why did you choose to do it this year?
Just like to see students grow, give back to the kids, to the community, let them have some extra spending money for them on that scholarship.
Absolutely. And finally, we're not sweating our butts off on the sideline. The last 3 games of TNL are some of the best because the weather gets better. That also means that you have to treat your HVAC systems a little bit better, differently as well. So what does this mean when it comes to how can people handle it, the changing of the seasons?
Well, with the changing of the season, you got to definitely be worried about gas leaks, carbon monoxide for those systems that are gas systems. The ones that are electric, worried about the electric components being burnt, melted. So, definitely give us a call for a heat tune-up. We're doing a combo AC and heat tune-up due to the crazy weather we have here in Texas. So,
awesome, Joe. Awesome. Having a whale of a time as usual, guys, except for Alejandro. He looks like he's about to take a nap, but we'll send it back up to you guys.
I get it. A whale of a time, beluga.
That's right. Don't blow your money. Call it beluga.
That's right.
And Alejandro's telling Matt Roy, you know who I am. I don't need to tell you, bro.
He's got it for all to see. We need to get Matt Roy a T-shirt that says, I'm Matt Roy doing Matt Roy things.
He's got a nice sachet that he's sporting tonight, though. That kind of take the place of that this evening at least.
4th and 3. Do we have a flag? We do. It's a free play. Thrown to the outside. It's going to be a first down for New Braunfels Canyon because they got the Judson nose guard to jump there on 4th and 3. So that'll be a first down, a countywide service company first down, and Canyon's drive will stay alive as you check out Fred Juarez.
On the defense, 5 yards, first down.
You know what I like about that play, Don? 13, Jonathan Dozier absolutely did not give up on that play. Great coverage again down the sideline for these Rockets to bust that up and make sure it was only a 5-yard gain on the play. Well done. Respect is right.
So it'll be a countywide service company first down, knocking on the door of the Central Med red zone. Ball spotted outside it at about the 24.
Favela throws a pretty ball, doesn't he? Nice tight spiral.
Inside handoff there. Dietrich went to, I believe that was Reagan. It was. He's getting plenty of carries tonight.
Judson bringing the heat from all corners, trying to slow down this Canyon run game. E.J. Ricks came free, just didn't break down. Sophomore, a little too quick for his own 2 feet.
That number 9, a legendary Judson number here for a defensive end. Dietrich picked off and dropped almost. Gabriel Brisbane right there to make the play, just couldn't hang on to it, and that would have been huge for the Rockets.
And now they're going to bring pressure from the other side. Judson bringing the heat. Ball's just it was airmailed for sure. 12 doing a good job at least to knock it down to the ground. And now 3rd and 8 for Canyon as they try to keep the drive alive. Going to try to run something inside.
They'll throw the slant. That ball's tipped and picked off by Dukes. It was the Dukes. It was the Dukes. To the 35, Jordan Dukes.
Dude, that's the call of the year. I don't care if I'm the only one that gets it, but that was well done. Jordan Dukes, what a stud. We talked about him at the onset. This is a very, very fine football player. This guy not only plays with nasty, I mean, he's the kind of guy, a quarterback on the field, sees things before they happen, obviously. I mean, didn't buy the play fake at all. Jordan Dukes coming up huge for the Rockets as they get themselves a turnover.
All right, so Judson making a play, getting off the field and avoiding going down 2 scores with 4:18 to go here left in the first half. What can they do here? Favela hands inside to the sophomore. And a nice 5 yards there by Caden Graham. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
And we're back as Judson gets close to a first down there, but not quite. It'll be 3rd down and short. Good play there by Coonsey.
Yeah. Caden Graham showing he can catch the ball out of the backfield, too. That one wasn't really delivered on time, but he was able to corral it. And, boy, that might be a collision of the game nominee right there.
3rd down and 2. They go back to him. Look at that cut. Takes a head-to-head hit there. You would think that's targeting, right, just from the naked eye, just from the first glance at it. Didn't see a flag, and Soto is just livid, screaming at the officials to how that couldn't be. Both players drop their heads. It's so dangerous. No call, we play on. It's a countywide service company 1st down. They go back to him, and this sophomore's tough, man. He had to come out for a snap. I thought so.
Yeah,
Caden Walker, the junior, in on that carry.
Yeah, I mean, both of those guys, it just looked like they were trying to play football. I didn't think there was anything intentional done on the hit, but man, I'm just glad that everybody lived to tell about it, because that was one heck of a smash and bang play right there.
Yeah, it's so dangerous when you drop that crown, and both players did it. He'll throw it here, get to the outside. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and about 5. As Judson's might be in 2-down territory, although I think they would punt here if they're not able to convert.
Now, to your point about what Graham has done, he is really feels like Emmitt Smith almost with his feet, the way he's able to cut and gain ground upfield when he's cutting.
Just really quick. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Plenty of time. They throw the screen, but it was into triple coverage and kind of a dangerous pass. We'll see what Soto wants to do. It looks like he's going to run out the kick team, which is smart. You don't want to, if New Braunfels Canyon is going to score here another touchdown before the half, you're going to want to make them go a long way and not just 55 yards. So they'll play field position with your 2:20 to go here in the half.
Well, Canyon doing a great job there too. I mean, obviously Judson was trying to set up some sort of screen, but they had it all covered up. I mean, if you'd have told me coming into this game we'd be sitting here 7-0 with 2:20 left in the first half, I'd have thought you've been telling me a fib, Don Harris.
Isaiah Hopewell to do the kick, but they fake it. They're going to have something good happen here. They throw it and complete it. Down the sideline. No flags. Touchdown, Judson Rockets.
Holy cow, look at the Judson sideline. They are going nuts. Don, I'm watching this play going. I'm going, come on, throw a block for your guy. That was exactly what they wanted to do by design, obviously. What a play. And it just looked like it was going to be a train wreck from the start. 2 almost loses his feet, keeps his feet, and then he's about to get tackled and just heaves it downfield. And what a play on the back end, too, by Davian Watson. Another one of their huge college prospects making a play. And we are a point away from tying up this football game. You got to be kidding me.
Huge momentum swing there. And you could see why he's a college prospect. Great size on Watson. And just a crazy reverse fake punt as Aiden Ramirez completes it to Davion Watson. Touchdown Rockets, and we're all tied here late in the first half.
Thought we were going to get trick-or-treats next week. What?
plot twist at Rutledge Stadium. The Rockets are back in it after a 46-yard fake punt pass to Davion Watson. They'll kick it here. Canyon will get it with about 2.5 to go. They'll field this kickoff and get out of bounds right at the 21. And we'll take a break here and come back with the Canyon offense with the football right after this.
Pushed out of bounds by the coverage team, number 32, Gabriel Brooks. Kickoff return back to the 21-yard line, first and 10 Cougars.
Welcome back. Here come the Canyon Cougars. 2:03 to play here in the first half. They'll have the football at their own 21-yard line. They were very impressive on their opening drive, moving right down the field. Had a turnover on their last drive as Jordan Dukes had an interception. Here's Dietrich, hands to Reagan. Up the middle, has 3. Canyon has all 3 timeouts left. And the clock ticks down inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be curious to see how they manage this minute 45 and counting, because, you know, the one thing you don't want to do, right, is have to punt the ball back to these Rockets that can hit you with a home run like they just did on that gadget play. So, you know, I would imagine they'll start calling timeouts only if they get this first down.
Not in any hurry so far. It's Dietrich on the keep. He's short of the first down. And now there's a timeout on the field. And Judson's taking it just in case they get a chance to get the football. Hey, TNL highlights teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more from San Antonio Sports' Jenny Carnes and Valero.
Beyond the Game is an initiative that works with all area school districts to encourage high school and middle school teams and individuals to make a difference within their student population and serve our community. We know that students who participate in team sports are setting the foundation for their future in the workplace by learning teamwork, unselfishness, and respect. This program recognizes high school and middle school teams and individuals for working together to make a difference in our community.
The principles of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service are central to Valero's culture. We are excited to team up with Beyond the Game to honor students who are dedicated to making meaningful contributions on and off the field.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. 4 teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
Love San Antonio Sports, Valero, Jenny Carnes, and all they do with Beyond the Game. They run inside here to Reagan. I think he's got the first down. He does. That will momentarily stop the clock at 1:09. And then they'll start it on the ready. And they, again, have 3 timeouts left. Judson with 2. Judson's done taking theirs after that first down, and they throw it and get out of bounds, and that stops the clock after a gain of about 6.
Yeah, nice little drive so far for the Cougs as they try to answer back in the touchdown and maybe get some points before the half. But better job of the Rockets staying home on defense right there and holding that to a minimal gain. Keep everything in front of you. Well done, Asa Duhart and company.
Chuck, something tells me they got something up their sleeve here with 54 seconds to go. Dietrich going to throw there. Complete. It's got another first down. That'll stop the clock. 48 seconds as they go a little quicker now with pace. Still have those three timeouts.
You see how deep they're playing their safeties too.
Dietrich rolling, looking deep. Flag flies in the backfield as he throws down the sidelines and out of bounds. That came from the head referee. It's going to be holding against the offense. As you can see, Fred Juarez making the call.
Indication is holding.
Judson's going to back him up. They'll accept that penalty with 34 to play.
On the offense, 10 yards, first down.
Well, that's not going to help your cause, is it? Now only 34 seconds left to go, and we'll see how Sean McAuliffe wants to play this here with 34 ticks left.
It's first down and 20. Pressure coming. They'll drop him, and that will probably take us to the half. Great pursuit up front by Devon Laharis.
And Aiden Ramirez, the guy that just threw the touchdown pass, that dude came on a blitz and went right through his blocker. Look at this. Get off me. I got a play to make. This dude's having a heck of a ball game.
Clock does stop. Judson took the timeout. 2nd and 28. And Judson has one more to burn here. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens, are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
Welcome back. We have 27 seconds to play here in the half. And Judson's got another timeout. So here on 2nd and 28. Don't think they have enough time to get the football back with only one left. I think that timeout was taken more to just sure up what to expect here as Canyon will hand it to Reagan. He's brought down after a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and long. And now, whistle blows again. Judson's going to take the last time out.
At least make him punt it here, huh? You never know. Plus, you got some dudes. They kick it to you, you might be able to pop one. So I don't blame Judson here for seeing if they can maybe return a punt. Maybe make something happen.
One of the high school bands featured on TNL this year will win a $5,000 band grant. It's all based on votes. Scan the QR code on your screen. Visit cw35.com/station/contests. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area to vote. The $5,000 band grant sponsored by Christus Children's. We'll see both bands here tonight. As these bands get closer to their contest performances, these big 6A bands, very impressive, so make sure you stick around for the Central Med halftime show. Matt Roy will lead us. David Chancer will have our scholar athlete. As if Canyon wants to run the football here, it'll be the last play of the half. Judson can't stop it unless he goes out of bounds. But they wind, so that'll be the last play of the half. It's Canyon 7, Judson 7. Mark Soto pulling off an improbable fake punt pass for a touchdown late in the half to tie it. But again, Canyon is the class of the district so far, along with Steele at 3-0. And the Judson Rockets hanging right there on homecoming, proving that they've got the talent to be a playoff team and play with anybody as we go down to Matt Roy and Coach Soto.
Coach, I got to ask you, the fake punt, what made that the right time to pull that play out?
We're going against a good team, and they're really well coached. But we believe in our kids. We got this thing called Rocket Pride, and it matters to us.
Coach, you guys seem to be playing in these kinds of games every week, sometimes not coming out on the right side of them. How do you kind of flip the script and come out on the right side of this one in the second half?
Well, the good Lord put endurance in us, so we know how to endure these games. So when we come out in the second half, we're going to attack their tails.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Love it. Attack their tails. That sounded just like DW Rutledge, Jim Rackley. When we come back, it's the Central Med halftime show. We're all tied up in a good one, Rutledge Stadium. Belief.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, County-Wide Service Company, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. We are here at the beautiful DW Rutledge Stadium for a game between Judson and New Braunfels Canyon. Thriller in the first half, tied up at 7. Right now, the New Braunfels Canyon band is on the field. We spoke with their band director, Steve Vaden, a little bit earlier this week. Take a listen.
My name is Steve Vaden. I'm the director of bands here at Canyon High School. This is my 6th year as the head director, but my 9th year at Canyon. So our show is called Revolution. We put the program together as kind of a nod to the 16th century revolutions, like the American Revolution and the French Revolution, kind of that aesthetic. We start with a story told mainly in the color guard, where we have more of a militant color guard that is being a sort of an oppressive force, and then we've got a revolutionary guard that kind of pushes back and takes over, and throughout the show the revolutionary guard kind of takes over, and by the end we've got some real excited students because they've got victory over the oppressive force. We just competed at UIL Region, which is the contest where we get a rating, and all 3 judges gave us the first division rating, which is the best you can do. Previously, we went to a Seguin contest where we got first place overall at the entire contest. That was real exciting. Looking forward, we now advance to the area contest, which is going to be on November 2nd, and that's going to be at Heroes Stadium, where we compete against between 25 and 30 of some of the best bands in this part of the state. Our community is really supportive of our show and of our band. We're real lucky to be in a place that's got this kind of support. We've got a great principal named Dustin Davison. I call him our number one fan. He's always at our performances and kind of cheering us on along the way. We had a pretty interesting event happened last week. We did our performance after the game because it was homecoming, and the lights were on a timer, and the lights actually turned off in the middle of the performance. So our kids kept marching and doing the show, but all the fans that were in the stand turned on their cell phones and lit up the field with their cell phones. It's a really neat experience.
It's time to vote for the Christian Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the New Braunfels Canyon High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area.
Middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. As part of their Falcons Read program, members of the girls basketball team at Stevens High School spent the month leading up to basketball season reading to elementary students at 4 feeder schools. Members of the MacArthur girls basketball team set a new record at their community service project for the month, helping unload and organize more than 250 pumpkins in under 2 hours. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their athletes to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams and individuals that go beyond the game.
You're watching the Central Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to DW Rutledge Stadium. You know, every week on TNL, we showcase incredible student athletes. And at the end of the year, our sponsor, Beluga Air, gives out a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students we feature this season on TNL. Our David Chancer introduces us to this week's scholar athletes from New Braunfels Canyon and Judson.
Everything about Luke Harris is big. The Judson Rocket offensive lineman is a monster in the weight room.
The most I've squat was 525. Most I've deadlift was 535, and then I think the most I have benched is like 300 to 295. So
the kid is 265 pounds, and he's the founding member of Judson's powerlifting team. He's a gym rat, and if you dilly-dally in the weight room, he'll let you know it.
I'm real into powerlifting, so like everybody around me is like joking around. I'm like, no, I'm not like that. I'm locked in. I'm like, okay, like either you do your lift or get off my rack. So because I got stuff to do, and I'm like, I got.
Well, I'm getting off the rack if you ask me.
The guy loves to lift and study. He's taken 8 AP classes at Judson. He's got a 4.0, and he doesn't know the meaning of a B.
When's the last time you got a B?
Last time I got a B, shoot. I think the first.
I mean, that alone is kind of crazy, right? You got to think about it.
Part athlete, part student, and all Judson Rocket.
What does Rocket Pride mean to you?
I would say brotherhood, but I think it's more than that. I think it's more like knowing what are you doing when no one's looking. That's more of what you're saying. What are you doing when no one's looking around you? Is how do you respond?
With Luke, the legacy is in good hands. Canyon's Ben Coronado wants to be first at everything, and usually is.
Don't take second place, right? Always go for first.
You said it when we started. You said I'm competitive.
Born to compete.
Dude, but, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
His GPA is 110. That's 110. He's on varsity football, soccer, and track. My question, when does he sleep? The obvious answer, when he's not winning.
What's a normal go-to-bed time for a guy who does all of this?
Around 12, probably. Yeah, like once you get home from practice, I do have a lot of homework and all that stuff, so usually around 12. We make this joke. My coach made it in our team meeting the other day. You can rest when you're dead, right? There is no time. If you want to do all this stuff, right, and then still be successful, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices, right?
He's the president of the Honor Society, a Hispanic Merit Scholar, and a frequent volunteer for the food bank. His short-term goal is to go to A&M and be part of the Aggie Corps. His long-term goal is to become a doctor. My guess, he does both. After all, the guy doesn't try anything. He simply does it.
I think it's my mindset, right? My parents have, I guess, done a great job at just raising me and all my siblings, whatever, to just never give up, right? Just keep focusing, doing whatever we're doing, and strive to be the best at whatever we're doing.
Lieutenant Angelina Gonzalez, Lieutenant Haley Casimiro, Co-Captain Layla White, and Captain Anaya Lewis. Dazzler of the Week is Eden Vera. Diamond Social Officers are President Lita Beckman, Vice President Jordan Owens, and Secretary Ariel Smith. Your Diamond Dance officers are Major Alexa Rodriguez, Major Ricky Pena, Major Taylor Brown, Lieutenant Colonel Alana Price, and your 2024-2025 Colonel Jalen Dawn. Diamond of the Week is Andrea Gonzalez Salcedo. Under the direction of Alma Lopez and Assistant Director Madison Rauschuber, the Diamond's dance team will be performing their Bob and Sue routine to Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
You're watching the Central Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Live, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. The Judson. Oh, okay. I've been ambushed again. Which one did my wife put you up to this? Did she put you up to this? All right. Well, here we go. Anyway, the Judson Marching Band is on the field now. We spoke to their band director a little bit earlier this week. This is what they had to say. I need to go figure something out.
It is my 5th year as the head director and 6th year total here at Judson High School as a band director. I started here in 2019. For tonight, we are going to be performing for the dance team, and then we will separate to support our homecoming court and our school in our homecoming tradition. We decided to take a little bit of different approach to our 2024 UIL marching program this year, and we're doing a lot more visual effects. Our show is titled Dr. Spin, so it's about following us through a travel deep into the mind of a mad scientist as his dark experiments and losing all sanity and spinning out of control. Our drumline turns into Frankenstein, and our color guard is the Bride of Frankenstein, and it's a modern interpretation on that. So we start with a little bit of an 80s vibe and electronic sax solo for You Spin Me Right Round. Then we go into Bella Bartok's String Quartet number 4. Our ballad starts with a trombone solo from Mad World into the full band playing Swan Lake by Tchaikovsky, and we end on kind of a fun, happy, crazy little note, and we play Danny Elfman's The Breakfast Machine from Pee-wee's Funhouse. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a totally different approach than what we've ever done before, and the kids are really enjoying performing it. It's been busy. We've competed the last 3 weekends in a row. We started our first Saturday of October off with hosting the 36th year of Rocket Review Marching Contest with our band boosters. And then last weekend we did UIL Marching Contest again at Rutledge Stadium, and we received a first division, which qualifies us to advance to Area Marching Contest, which is also back at Rutledge Stadium. I have some great assistants along with some of our other techs, directors, and I couldn't do it without them. So my assistants are Jose Garcia and David Hochstetter, and my color guard directors are Franco Young and Jay Nieves Marquez. And we also have a drumline tech, Brianna De Leon, and we definitely can't get everything done without all of their help. And we also have our wonderful Judson band boosters and their continued support of our students and volunteering throughout the year. We couldn't do it without them to ensure that our kids have everything they need to be successful. So we're very, very appreciative of them and all their hard work.
It's time to vote. To vote for the Judson High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to Christus Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
Commander Cadet Brian Salgado. Cadet Eric Valdivia Taylor. Cadet Captain Ray Dominguez. Cadet Jace Jenkins. Cadet Naomi
You're watching the Central Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back. We're all tied at 7 here on homecoming at Rutledge Stadium. Judson and New Braunfels Canyon. Time for our San Antonio Ready to Work game highlights. Here's the first half highlights. Canyon got it going. Reese Dietrich on the keeper for 4 yards. That made it 7-0. Stayed that way most of the half because we had a great defensive battle. Judson had a huge explosive play. And then on the very next play, they throw the pick. Jackson Kuntze doing the honors. But then the Judson defense stepped up to end the Canyon drive. Jordan Dukes with the Oski taking it back. That set up the Rockets. They were in trouble. Had a 4th down. Looks like they were going to punt it. But they ran a little trick play. Aiden Ramirez running for his life is going to hit Davion Watson, who goes down the sidelines. That tied it up at 7-all after the 46-yard score. Even Steven kind of ball game on the scoreboard. And Chuck, pretty even when you look at total yards on the stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what the Rockets have put together. Their game plan, I mean, their defense is keeping pretty much everything in front of them at this point. You showed the interception and also talked about the gadget play that they ran to get the 7 points. But all in all, I think their game plan is working to perfection. Boy, again, I can't say enough about what these defenses have done in this first half. I mean, if you'd have told me 7-7 at the break, I'd have thought you'd have been kidding me for sure.
When we come back, it's second half action. It's a 29-6A battle with playoff implications for the Judson Rockets. We're coming back with second half action next.
Student body has selected Cameron Campbell. Judson High School 2024 homecoming queen is Jaslyn Moreno. Thank you so much to our entire court for representing Judson High School so well, and to all the fans here tonight for your support. Judson High School Student Council hopes everyone has an amazing homecoming 2024. Go Rockets!
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back. 7-7, big night here at Rutledge Stadium. Homecoming for the Judson Rockets. And there's your homecoming king there on the left. Big day for that young man. Congratulations to him. And there's your queen. Have that title for the rest of her life. Homecoming queen.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Great. Yeah, great moment for them, and great moments all over the country from TNL last week. Chris Kotfus with some highlights from TNL nationwide.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Sophomore's going to be flushed, rolls, and somehow
Great
Ransom
catch.
makes the one-handed catch. Oh, no, that's Browning, excuse me. Browning with the catch at the 15-yard line.
They go decoy this time. They're going deep. John Henry Collins. And caught Kanye Reed inside the 10-yard line.
Dunbar with plenty of time. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to get to the right side, and out tries a jump pass, and that is caught for a Dunbar touchdown. Derek Hardy.
Helfrich to be the hero. Clean snap. Wake Forest wins it. Helfrich knocks it home at the gun. And Wake Forest remains unbeaten. They move to 3-0, a 13-10 win over rival Heritage. Here from the 35. Overton, pressure from Helton, sidesteps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tipped up in the air, caught by J.J. Bush! Touchdown, Bobcats, and Theodore wins it at the buzzer!
Cool, great stuff all over the country. A little tip play there at the end of Win It. North Carolina. Nothing beats Texas high school football, though. And we've got Judson, one of the legendary programs in all of Texas high school football. Of course, the dynasty was built in the early 80s with Frank Arnold. D.W. Rutledge was his defensive coordinator. Jim Rackley was a position coach. They win that first state championship. And then Frank Arnold retires, hands the reign to D.W. Ran off about 5 more in the late 80s. Mark Soto played on a couple of those teams. And Sean McAuliffe also played here at Judson. Just a cradle of coaches and cradle of great athletes. And Chuck, we got some playing in the NFL this year.
Well, you're not kidding, right? We were just talking to Mama Wisdom before the game, too, and she tells us how much Rashad's enjoying his time on the Tampa Bay practice squad right now, and that there's so much of a learning curve, she was telling us, between, you know, what you get in college and then what you get in the NFL. And, of course, Rashad, just on talent and grit and guile and everything else, is going to have a chance at some point. Maybe get on that field for the Tampa Bay Bucks. But, yeah, Trey Flowers and Big Marv in Pittsburgh. You go right down the list, right? Trey Flowers still playing.
Sincere McCormick with the Raiders. Here's a pooch kick. Fair caught, called for, and made at the 27-yard line. That's where Judson will have it first here in a tie ball game. Let's go down to hear from Matt Roy about what Coach McAuliffe had to say. Matt?
Guys, speaking with Coach McAuliffe, I asked him, if I told you this was a 7-7 ball game before the game, would you have taken it? He said absolutely. He thought his guys played really well. He just wants them to finish and to execute. No more turnovers like we saw in the first half. No more falling for the trick plays that we saw in the first half. These two teams, you throw the records out the window, you play some strong football. He wants them to get a stop right here. And regarding the Judson guys, I did see 79 J. Storm Knight, the guy we've been talking about all night, the freshman right tackle. He was cramping as we came out, so that's going to be a storyline to watch in the second half, guys.
All right, it's 1st and 10 for Elijah Favela and the Rockets. He hands inside to a sophomore running back, and another nice cut by that young man. And he is showing that he is for real. 112 carries coming into the night's game, 622 yards for Caden Graham. And he's got 6 carries for 21 tonight. As they line up, McCall split to the left. 2nd down and 7. Straight drop, pressure comes, they had it set up. They go to the big guy, the same guy who scored, Davion Watson. He's across Canyon territory, a huge gain for the Rockets.
Yeah, a lot of looks for Davion, not only with the football there, but at the next level. Texas State was highly interested in him. UIW's come calling. This guy really looks the part, right? Size, speed, great hands, good route runner, and a ball delivered on time right there.
First down, San Antonio Zoo first down. Graham right up the middle, a good first down gain of about 6. Puts him ahead of the change as you look at Watson, 3-year letterman in football, 2 years in basketball. And as you said, he's got offers from D1 and D2 schools, and you can see because of his size, 6'2", 220, and a great athlete. They switched running backs and run inside this time to Caden Walker, the junior. He picks up a few more and going to be 3rd down and short. We'll call it 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it looked like Graham may have come off a little gingerly on that last carry. And then Caden Walker's done a nice job coming in here with a couple of nice totes.
Hand off here, back to him. Picks up a new first down. A San Antonio Zoo first down for Caden Walker, who also is shifty.
Proving it right there. I mean, really picking up his squad right here on this particular drive. Judson comes out throwing it, and then it's back to the run. And Judson moving the ball well here to start the 3rd quarter.
Rockets on the move. Jack McCall split to the bottom of your screen. Cole Walker in the slot. They run the sweep and run it right at big Roman McFall, and you don't want to do that. Number 9, shut that down quickly.
Can't wait to watch this guy play basketball, too. I mean, what a tremendous athlete. 6'3", 260. Got a lot of power lifters on this team, both offensively and defensively. It's not a UIL sport, but you're telling us how much the offensive linemen like to power lift around there, and we get a chance to see that night in and night out, especially here tonight with how big they are. It's strong.
2nd down after the loss, so it'll be 2nd down and 13 as Walker goes in motion. Fake his way, now throw the slant over the middle to the 30 to the 25-20. A nice cutback inside the 15 by Elijah Massengale, the junior. Running a nice slant pattern and a good job by Favela to find him.
Sure was. Favela, the Judson offense, really setting up that play nicely, allowing the blitz to come, throw into the blitz, and get the ball to one of your playmakers. And there's another guy with some speed at Judson. Go figure.
It's first down. Go back up the middle. Nothing doing. So we go back and take a look again at the slant. And Favela just read it, let the defense come attack him, and then found the opening. Completed the pass.
Josiah Green, 56, coming down here and making some blocks down the field.
2nd down and 10. They can get a first down right at about the 4.5. Throw it quickly to the outside. It's caught. Nice move with the 3, diving for it. And out of bounds. They're spotting him at the 1. Kenyon Smith, the senior, thought he scored. But the officials right there on top of it, they say he stepped out. I don't know.
It's a great play either way. All I know is just watching Kenyon Smith warm up with the quarterbacks during halftime. He's over there doing one-handed catches like it was nothing. This guy looks like he's a heck of a tight end, too.
It did look like he stepped out right at the 1. It's 1st and goal. Favela inside and another fumble. Touchback. Canyon ball. The 2nd time tonight the Rockets get it to the 1 and turn it over in the end zone.
Mercy. Who got the hat on the ball here? Oh, what a great play from the outside. I couldn't see who that was.
Might have been 32. Elijah Delgado.
Good eyes, dude. 26 tackles, a pick, 4 sacks, 10 QB pressures, and a fumble recovery right there. He jarred it loose. What a play.
Oh, Mark Soto is just beside himself. The luck that Judson has had in close games, that's 14 points taken off the board after big plays to knock on the door. Canyon's got it back. They complete it. First down on first down as Dietrich completed that one to Jackson Coonsey. Coonsey's also the young man that made the interception in the end zone earlier.
Yeah, they got a bunch of little guys outside, but these guys, as you can see, can make some plays. Coonsey, a baseball player, too.
Here's Reagan. Not much. Good tackle right there at the line of scrimmage. The second down and 6.
And these guys as a group, Don, they run really good routes. They've all got really good hands, and Canyon likes to do a lot of crossing stuff. Their timing is usually pretty good when they try to execute it.
Here's Reagan. He's got room. Spins across for another San Antonio Zoo first down. As Canyon's offensive line now starts to wear down on Judson a little bit with that size that they've got.
He just sees holes and then doesn't mind contact either, obviously. Goes right through the first tackle and picks up 2 extra yards.
It's a San Antonio Zoo first down for Dietrich. Hands off to Reagan. He's got really good pursuit there by Judson. Asa Duhart by himself, and then they got some help at the end of the play.
Yeah, Duhart again playing sideline to sideline too, and aptly wearing energetic and his nameplate on the back. Look at that, taking that stiff arm and then staying right with it nonetheless. Well done.
Second down and 8. You throw it to the outside. Judson had it read. That ball's incomplete. It was not a backwards pass. Let's talk about some of our San Antonio All-Stars that were selected this week. Chuck, part of that committee, and so was Matt. Defensively, Caleb Gaynor. Offensively, big number 77, Diego Sanchez going from Canyon. Jack Call, the wide receiver, and big Josiah Green, the offensive lineman. The selections from these two teams. Can't wait to call that game again in early January.
Timeout Rockets.
Timeout for the Judson Rockets. We'll take it with them. 5:26 here in the third. Still knotted up at 7.
For tonight's game is sponsored by Premier Pros.
We're back. Mid-third quarter, Canyon on the move. Dietrich keeps. Ball's out. It's loose. Who's got it? It's recovered by Canyon. Judson thought they had it, but the Cougs get back on top of it.
Reese and Judson coaches were screaming. They wanted all those safeties to come up close to the line of scrimmage. They saw a run all the way. Who got him?
11.
Yeah, it was. Nice play.
Devon Laharis. It's 4th down. Canyon ran a quick kick in this situation at the end of the first half. Getting late in the clock here. Only 8 seconds left, and so Judson wants to talk it over. They'll take their first time out, and we'll take it with them. Canyon with a 4th down when we come back. Welcome back. It's the Moonlight Ballroom Smile Camp as the Judson Rockets having a lot of fun here on homecoming, and the visitors are as well here at Rutledge Stadium because we've got a Donnybrook, a brouhaha. 4:39 to play, and it's 4th and 3. They don't look like they have any intention of doing the quick kick here. In fact, they run Reagan, and he's not going to get there. No whistle yet. Judson pushes him backwards, and the Rockets hold. It'll be Judson football right at the 46. We're back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
Judson Rockets getting a pep talk from their coaching staff. They'll have it just inside their own territory. And Chuck, a lot of guys responsible for this one.
I'm telling you, man, now the offense has got to pick up the defense. I mean, the fact that Judson lost 2 defensive linemen this week, and Sam Stewart, Kenny Evans Jr., Yeti Aaron, those dudes are playing their behinds off tonight, and obviously they're getting some great help from not only the linebackers, but they're cheating with their outside guys too. Man, well done, Judson Rockets. This has been some kind of defensive performance so far.
San Antonio Zoo, first down. They hand the ball inside. Look out! Down to the 30-yard line is Caden Walker. Is there a flag here? On the far sideline, way back at the line of scrimmage, but the official's moving forward, so it might be on Canyon. Offsides. It'll be declined, so Judson's got another San Antonio Zoo first down inside the 30 of the Cougars at the 29.
And now Caden Walker limps off. So Judson getting a little thin at running back.
Was Graham hurt earlier, or did they just make the change?
He looked like he was walking off gingerly when I saw him earlier. When Graham came in, I thought maybe he would only come in for a play or two, but obviously he's doing the job. So hard to know, But I think they're banged up because they got a third string guy in there now.
All right, he has the football.
He's doing the job too.
And that's Elijah Massengale, who's eager to make up for that fumble right at the 1 yard line that went into the end zone. And now they come back with their starter, Caden Graham.
Well, Elijah Massengale, you look at the stat sheet and say he's the punter. I don't know. That was a pretty nice run there, dude.
So it's second down. We'll call it 7. To keep. Favela makes contact after about a 4-yard gain. Maybe 3. Maybe third down. Got to think Judson's in 2-down territory here. With their defense is playing, they may try a field goal depending on their confidence in Juan Pablo Enriquez. This is 2-down territory if you ask me. 2 shots at it here on 3rd and 5. Run the running back in motion. That ball hit the ground. Caden Graham on a little swing pass, and so now it's 4th and 5. And they're right there in that field position where you have to go for it.
You're a little too quick, too much of a hurry to make that play happen right there, but while we're talking about defenses, McFall, Tippett, and Mata on that Canyon defensive line sure doing a job. And then you got Andrews, Lagunas, Delgado, and Peterson in this 3-4 look. Been tough in the box tonight.
Got to have an inventive play call here. What do they run? Favela, pressure, going to run for it, going to have it to the 15, to the 10, needs a block, gets to the 5, touchdown, Judson! Elijah Favela on 4th. Oh, wait a second, we got a flag. Or they're marking him short. Both.
Well,
They marked him
Favela,
short.
This thing was going to be, he was a dead duck. Canyon had guys in the backfield, and Favela just said, I'm going to play some basketball and be great in some small spaces. Well done, 15. That was a heck of a play.
Looked like they got it right. I didn't see a flag, but it looked like he did step out right at the 1, but where's the ball? And Soto is livid, talking with lead official here, Fred Juarez. I don't know if we have another look. I know he stepped out right there. Ball's not across, but it's inside the 1. They've got it spotted at the 1, so good job by the officials. He raised his hands though, right?
The back guy did, yes. Well, he did step out. It was just a matter of did the ball cross the line before he stepped out. And it's real hard to tell from this vantage point. So you could see why Coach Soto wanted the touchdown, though, with Judson having a lot of trouble putting the ball in the end zone here in the red zone in this ball game.
He stepped out there, but the official out of bounds, one guy's waving no, and the other guy raises up and says touchdown. That's who I was looking at. Now your safest play in your book. You've turned it over twice in the end zone in this exact same situation. San Antonio Zoo first down and going nowhere. Lucky that he didn't snap his leg there. Caden Graham has 34. Is right there on the blitz.
Quincy Jones, look at this play in the open field. Slips his guy. What an unbelievable individual effort. And yes, thankfully everybody lived to tell about it.
Second and goal after a loss. They keep it. Touchdown. Judson. Favela says not this time. And the Rockets have the lead with under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Well, they had that same look. This time, Favela decided to keep it. That turned out to be the right call. And Judson finishes off a drive. Again, Quincy Jones getting great penetration there, but those big guys from Judson creasing over there on the right side. Goldman, Magana, and Gutierrez Gutierrez ain't giving anything away. 6'5", 270. So Judson going with their beef up front and stick it in.
Juan Pablo Enriquez for the extra point. High enough, long enough, right down Main Street. Good. Judson up 14-7. A good one on T&L. Good as advertised. It's our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam, and the teachers out there showing that they got their groove on here. The teacher appreciation dance. Looks like they've been practicing and working on that. Some better than others.
And I'll tell you what, that's some
great
serious
energy.
pressure right there, man.
It's hard to look cool if you're a teacher. Some of them doing a good job of looking cool. There you see the night for Elijah Favela, 7 of 13 passing. First touchdown rush of the day. Canyon back to receive. Quincy Jones.
Man, that guy's just a sophomore too. You'd never know it by the way Quincy Jones plays ball. Josiah Rodriguez-Gonzalez back there with him.
Here's Quincy Jones. Trying to make some music here. Across the 30. Let's go down to Matt Roy. Matt.
Well, guys, as you've noted, the Wisdom family is basically Judson royalty at this point. Mama Wisdom, speaking to her before the game, it's been Rashad Wisdom, Bryce, and now Miles Wisdom on this team. And something really special happened when Miles made varsity this year. On the back of every jersey is a character trait: brotherhood, truth, teamwork. But for Miles, he was given number 39 to honor his brother. And Coach Soto did something extra special and put Bryce Strong on the back of it to honor his late brother, who we lost far too soon. So a very touching moment from Coach Soto, guys.
Yeah, and up here in the stands, Mama Wisdom sits in a chair that says Bryce Strong, a dedicated stadium seat. Of course, there's Bryce Wisdom Drive here at the stadium as well. And don't forget about the oldest brother, Sean, who started it all, playing here even before Rashad and Bryce, and of course played at the University of Houston. And Mama Wisdom told me before the game, this is her first game back. It's just been too hard to watch games. She sits there and cries and thinks about all the moments here. But good to see her back here tonight. Big smile on her face. And it's Miles' birthday.
It is Miles' birthday.
Happy birthday, Miles Wisdom.
And she's seen them all, right? And she really believes that Miles, he's just a sophomore, is certainly poised to maybe do some great things himself. And that's saying something considering his brother's in the league.
I wonder if Matt will put the sash on Miles. Under pressure, running for his life, staying up is Dietrich, and now going deep. And he's got his man, but it's incomplete. That would have been an amazing highlight had he been able to escape all that pressure and complete it to Kendrew Walker, but couldn't quite hang on.
I cannot believe that Reese Dietrich was able to spin out of all of this ridiculous Judson pressure and then drop a dime on the back end of it. That's absolutely unbelievable to watch what this guy's doing back there, spinning the football, and pretty good coverage there on the back end too. But I think college scouts are going to sleep on Reese Dietrich. And we talked to Sean McCullough this week, and he said, I think the longer we play this year in the postseason, the more eyes that are going to be on Reese Dietrich. He's gotten some offers from smaller schools, but man, this guy's a heck of a football player, y'all.
Canyon will have to punt it away. Good kick. Although it takes a Judson bounce, it'll be down at the 31, and Judson with a touchdown lead. We'll have the ball at the 31. We're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens! Are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
So they got pep talks from some Judson legends this week. Pete Gibbons, who was a famous coordinator under D.W. Rutledge on those state championship teams with Gerard Douglas. Jim Rackley was too, and another legendary Judson head coach. They both came in to give these guys what it means to be a Judson football player, and I can't help but think that Favela and company are smelling blood right now with a chance to want to go up 2 touchdowns as they hand it inside. Again, that young sophomore just does a great job with his feet of getting an extra 3, it seems like, every single carry. Caden Graham.
Indeed, and they're really doing a nice job trapping up front. And we give a couple of these Judson guys a look, but yeah, you're right. This guy's definitely playing a lot taller, a lot longer, a lot tougher, a lot shiftier than his status as a sophomore would indicate.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Judson leads it 14-7. The Rockets have the football when we come back with fourth quarter action on Thursday Night Lights.
Okay.
Welcome back. It's time for our San Antonio Ready to Work game highlights. Fun third quarter. Favela doing it with his feet. Got himself in position to score. And then did himself, taking it in to make it 14-7. We move on to the fourth quarter. Flip sides, and Judson now will go from left to right with a touchdown lead, and this game flying by. Both teams running the football. Something tells me we're going to have a lot more fireworks in this thing before it's over.
Yeah, now Judson's spreading everybody out. Let's see if they're deciding to put it in the air here to start this last frame or stick on the ground.
Fake it inside, little play action, complete to Jack Call at the 40. Just short of a first down. It'll be second down and short.
Don, you talked earlier about Jack Call, and his dad's been on the staff here for 20 years, and Coach Soto said it really gives him a big thrill watching the calls come in every day from New Braunfels and being able to see, and those two guys spend some time together as coach and ball player and father and son at the same time. What a treat.
Favela keeps it. Was enough for a first down, by the way. So he picks up the line of scrimmage and maybe a half yard, only second down at about 9. Taking a look at our Monarch trophies. Monarch trophy's been with T&L from the very start. It's your place for all things awards, trophies, sports teams, business plaques, anything you need is at Monarch Trophy, 344-3777 or mtsawards.com. Here we go, 2nd down and 9 for Favela. He sends 2 receivers to his right. Looking to keep it himself. That middle opened up for him. He saw a seam and was able to go forward for about 6. So make up 3rd down and about 5.
Well, he saw a seam because that's about as good a pancake as you are ever going to see from an offensive lineman over there on the right side. I thought it was 78. Stavion Price, 320. Can't really see his jersey from here. Man, what an unbelievable block that was.
They've also got Knight over there at 350 pounds. Go inside, that one's going nowhere. Canyon doing a good job of snuffing it out. And again, it was Quincy Jones who's really turned up his pace of play here in the second half, making all kinds of plays for the Cougars. His hat came off and he's still down.
Well, you'd be surprised. I said I couldn't see the number, right? You take a look at what's coming up with the Judson Rockets. They got Buda Johnson, who's having a really good season, and the Clemens Buffaloes, who we've seen here on TNL, coming up in these next 2 ball games. But Don, it was Jay Storm Knight. I couldn't see his number. I should have been able to see him just because he's eclipsing just about every light in the building. But so that's who was the guy that threw the pancake.
It's 4th down. Judson's lining up to punt it away. Elijah Massengale gets it off. It's a high punt. Canyon's going to watch it bounce out of bounds at the 31, and that's where they'll have it when we come back. Judson up 14-7 early 4th quarter action. Welcome back. Time for one of our IBEW player profiles. Right there, you're looking at Tapawa Hananda. He's already committed to Houston Christian, defensive back, got a GPA, a 3-year starter, great athlete, incredible speed. That's what they want at the next level. That's why they've got it.
Dude, 4.0. I think you could put me and Harris's together. We wouldn't get 4.0.
That's correct. That is correct. Nice completion there for a first down. It's a countywide service company first down. He's been looking all night for Kendrew Walker. Had a couple of misses on there. One that hit him in the hands where he should have had it. And now they hook up. And it's good enough for a countywide service company first down. They run it this time. Reagan, got to be careful.
Ball's out.
I believe they blew the whistle down. I heard the whistle before the ball. Now, that doesn't mean that it wasn't out, but I did hear a whistle before we saw the ball pop out.
Well, let's take another look.
Knees down. He was down. 2nd and 6 here. Looking to throw to the outside. That ball is, wow, broken up or caught? Caught. I'll move the sticks. Another countywide service company first down.
It's your guy,
David Waring, going up to make a tough catch.
Yeah, look at that. Got both feet in anyway. Waring's done a really nice job. They move him all over the field, and he's even been holding on kicks because their holder got hurt.
Inside to Reagan. He's broken it across the 30, inside the 25. It kind of lulled you to sleep. Remember how good he was on that first drive. They haven't really gone to him much since then, but you can't sleep on him because he will pop one for a long score.
What a cutback inside that was. And again, this guy's ability to hit the hole and do it quickly. Talk about sprinting to the hole and making a really nice move. I mean, that's the problem when you got a stud like this guy in the backfield, right? You can have a pretty decent handle on the guy, but it only takes one, as they say.
He's got about 3 here. Closing in on 160 yards on the night.
We told you before the ball game, this guy's got 15 on the ground, punching it in. He's got 4 more touchdown receptions through the air, and he's even thrown a touchdown pass. Tell me what 5 means to this team.
And he's durable. As many times as they let him tote the rock, he's going up close to 30 carries now. Throw the slant. Complete it. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Then you throw an Ivy League on top of it. That's what's looking at him. So, jack of all trades.
You'll have two plays at it here. They're definitely 2-down territory. Down a touchdown, 3rd and 4. They'll get 2 shots at it. And they're going to line their giant tackle up in the backfield again. He's the H-back.
Hello.
And they snap it over the head. Running for his life. That ball's incomplete. We'll go back to the original line of scrimmage, which is a great call, although stayed in the tackle box. Did you see a receiver?
No, but the ball was deflected. I don't know. That was almost like a genius play by Dietrich. Like,
I might
big time on the fly. Look at this. So he's going to throw it, and obviously he's just trying to get rid of it, but he threw it so that a Judson guy would hit it. But, man, that was dangerous on all ends, right? Not only trying to get the ball, but once that ball's deflected, man, they were lucky that Judson wasn't able to catch the carom and take it back to the hizzy.
Thought it might be grounding, but 77, remember, lined up as an H-back, so he was eligible. That's who he aimed it towards. Coming off the edge, throwing out there, caught. Did he get the stick? They're going to give him forward progress. It will be a countywide service company 1st down for the Cougars. We've got an injured Rocket down. He got right there at the line at the 16. That's what they needed. So good eyes by the official there as they attend to the Judson Rocket. This place has gone pretty quiet. But he's up on walking off under his own power. There is Devon Laharis, who's had a really good game here. We're flashing back on TNL. Got his brother Eli, his favorite target, top of your screen, going post. Now runs the out to the corner. Ball is caught. Touchdown. Eli Adams. Just like they do it in the backyard at home.
Look at this dime into the wind. I mean, mercy.
Deuce went to play quarterback at Louisville. Have you kept up with him? I don't know what he's doing there at Louisville. He left Canyon, played his final year in the Austin area, and then went to the Louisville Cardinals.
Heck of a player, no matter where he's at, I'm sure.
All right, so new set of downs. Countywide 1st down. They'll hand it to Reagan, and he gets 2. maybe 3. And it's Miles Wisdom bringing him down. A sophomore.
39, Miles Wisdom getting in on the tackle for the Rockets.
And there's some pancaking going on with these offensive linemen on both teams tonight.
Miles Wisdom wearing that number that his 3 older brothers all wore. Lined up there is the outside linebacker. He's coming on the blitz. And Reagan pops it, breaks a tackle, and gets inside the 5.
Man, this guy's doing a little bit of everything, hamming and egging on this drive. I mean, he was the guy that picked up the blitzer, Laharice. Like Laharice got the wind knocked out of him, but it was a great blitz pickup. Now he's back to doing what he does best, which is tote the rock.
Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Dietrich. Hands it to Reagan. He pops it to the outside. Judson's defense saw it coming. Loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Good job by that Judson linebacking crew. Miles Wisdom again on the play.
Sneaking in there and had some help on that one.
Good job, Miles.
Yeah,
Sophomore.
doing a really good job.
On his
Sticking
16th
his nose
birthday.
in there. That's right. Shout out to my daughter Emily, by the way, who turned 30 today. Well done, Em. Happy birthday.
Lots of birthdays.
Yeah. Mama Wisdom's is on Halloween.
Dietrich wanting to throw it, buying some time. Now he's going to try to run for it, and he's drilled by Dukes, who has a little something to say afterwards. Right at the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal. Do the Rockets have a goal line stand in them?
And they're getting a nice little push up there, dropping everybody back into coverage. Great job by these Rocket guys up front, man. When you're only rushing 1 or 2 guys and still getting around the ball, very well done.
I'd have my eyes on number 5 here. Reagan standing right next to the quarterback to his right. They hand it to him, and he's not going to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Dukes again. Jordan Dukes has bowed up on these 2 last plays.
Look at that. Just all kinds of pressure coming around. And look at Wisdom coming up there and making a play, too.
Miles in there first.
Well, Miles was a little banged up to begin the year, but, man, he's got some speed to him, some twitch.
It's a timeout. We'll take it with them. Canyon trying to tie this up late, 4th quarter. It's 4th and goal when we come back. There's your Moonlight Ballroom smile cam. Judson Rockets bringing out all the stops. 4th down. Here's Dietrich. He walks in. Touchdown. We're an extra point away from being tied. Good play call by Coach McAuliffe's crew over there.
Well, when in doubt, right? You got a big old sophomore over there playing guard, Joseph Coronado, 6'3", 265. Talked about Mason Goldman playing center, and of course Diego Sanchez needs no introduction. When in doubt, get behind those three guys on the left side and plow the road. Well done.
La Harris, the extra point is blocked. Judson leads it 14-13. Special teams play by the Rockets.
Who got it?
Off the edge, right up the middle was number 6, Dukes. It was the Dukes. It was the Dukes.
Now, trading places on the scoreboard, too. We went from having a tie ball game to now all of a sudden there's 3:23 left in this game, and Canyon's down a point. Wow, Dukes and company, too, might have got in there as well. Aiden Ramirez, and man, we talked about that guy all night. What an athlete. 5'5", smallest guy in the field. He's the guy that never leaves the field. And Coach Soto was telling us, man, this guy plays like he's 6'5". Again, that guy's been around the ball tonight all evening long.
And, you know, Chuck, that play right there reminds me of what Coach Soto was talking about pregame about being a Judson Rocket and those guys that were brought in to give those speeches. Remember, they won a state championship on the last play of the game on a 75-yard bomb after a complete gut punch at the hands of Midland High School in the Alamo Dome in 2002. And the Rockets find a way. And here you are, after all those turnovers in the end zone, giving up what appears to be the game-tying touchdown. The extra point is going to be just, you know, taken for granted from us.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking.
They don't take it for granted. They make a play that could be the difference in the game. We'll see here with 3:23 left to play.
Wow, every snap counts.
And here's the kick. High kick, and Judson's going to take the touchback. Canyon still has a couple of timeouts. Judson, in a perfect world, would be able to pick up some first downs, move this ball down the field. But how about young Miles Wisdom coming up big on that last goal line stand as well, after not playing most of the night?
Right. They've had a big hand in this ball game, all these Rockets. A lot of guys chipping in for this one so far, and now the goal's got to be, we've got to get 2 first downs. 2 first downs, and we're going to be able to walk off this field tonight victorious.
It's a countywide service company first down here in the fourth quarter. 3:23 to go. Favela in the backfield. Going to look at the offensive coordinator for the play change. Makes the adjustment. He's got Graham back there. Hands it to him, and Graham's going nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Look at him. He's still moving forward. After all that, forward progress may get young Caden Graham about a 3-yard gain. I thought he had a loss on the play.
And we got guys really selling out right now. Dudes losing their helmets, guys moving scrums. What a ball game we've had here tonight at Rutledge Stadium. Indicative of Rocket pride.
Trying to figure out why that clock momentarily stopped. All right, it's 2nd and 7 as we're inside 3 minutes. Clock runs. Canyon with 2 timeouts, Judson with 1. This time it's Favela keeping. He's across the 30 down to about the 33. That'll set up 3rd down and about 4.
Coach McAuliffe giving himself some options, choosing to hold his timeouts in case they pick up this first down.
Huge play in the ball game here. Judson, you would not think would go for it deep in their own territory if they don't convert here. Canyon showing 7 in the box. And they get him short. It's going to be 4th down and a half a yard. And now the whistle, I think the officials want to mark it or measure maybe. Doesn't look like he's got it from here if I'm looking at the far stick. Judson's saying it's a first down. Don't know if that far stick is accurate.
It's going to be first and short.
Now they're moving the chains.
They are moving the chains.
It's a first down.
Wow.
Sean McCullough now talking to the officials, wanting to know where it was spotted. There's no replay in high school football, so you can't check this. Let's look at it again, fellas, and see exactly. They needed right at the 35, and he put the foot. They're marking it on the yard line, and it looks like it's really close to where they've got it spotted.
Oh, good eye, dude. I thought for sure they stopped him short, but...
Well, it was based on where the yard marker was. That's not always accurate. Clock stops when the helmet comes off. That's why that clock stopped momentarily. So now McCullough will have to use his timeouts.
Again, the goal is to pick up 1 first down.
Favela back to the sophomore, and Graham's got a yard and a half. And no timeouts yet from Coach McCullough and the Canyon Cougars. They got 27 seconds to snap it, so Judson will use every one of them here on 2nd down and 9. You can see Favela leading his team, making sure nobody jumps. Make sure you don't jump is what he's telling them. Nobody flinch. We're going to snap it. 4-3-2. They snap it. Favela keeps. And he leans forward for another 2. And now Canyon will take the first of the remaining 2 timeouts. We'll take it with him. 56 seconds to go. When we come back, Judson with the narrowest of leads. Oh, a lot of fingernails being chewed on here. That was the Canyon Cougar fans on the other side, hoping to get the football back. There's the Judson student section. They're fired up. It's homecoming, right? You got to win on your homecoming. The fans are hoping.
Yeah, and Sean McCullough was thinking, yeah, I want to win on homecoming too.
Former Rocket player, coach.
He's got some Rockets on his staff too.
All right, so can Judson execute this 3rd down, pick up the first down, or will they have to punt it away? Here we go. They go quick. They hand to Graham. He goes nowhere. It's 4th down. A little conservative there by Soto, but so far, no timeout from McAuliffe. Now the clock stops. No, it's still running. Judson doesn't have to kick this thing until there's about 10 seconds left in the game. Why wouldn't McAuliffe have used a timeout there? He doesn't have any. Okay, that was the last one.
The scoreboard's wrong. Yeah.
Okay. So Judson they'll probably take one with about 9 seconds left and punt this thing away. There'll be 8 seconds left on the clock. I thought he had one left. The scoreboard was wrong.
I was with you, dude. I thought they did too. On the previous play on third down, Gabe Benitez coming in and really doing a nice job breaking through. You saw how excited he was to get that stop there on third down, and now we had a special teams play that is the difference in this ball game. And man, if there was ever a time for Canyon to come up with a special teams play, it is right this second. Because the games get bigger and bigger for both of these teams as we go along. As you see, Canyon's got Steele next.
The district race still up for grabs.
This is really going to throw things into a tizzy with this playoff picture. And we talked about Judson. They were a half game out of the playoff picture coming in. The goal was to win 2 of the last 3. This would be a huge win, obviously, for them.
Judson gets the punt away. No fair catch call for, or yes, it was. I didn't see his hand go up. It's taken at the 39-yard line, and with 3 seconds to go, Canyon will have one Hail Mary attempt, assuming there's no defensive penalty.
Judson doing all kinds of stuff with their coaching, talking to some of these kids. They're bringing in different players to try to stop one last play. We saw Jack Call get off from the offensive bench. He's going to come in and play in this last play. I'm sure they've juggled some others, but it's one play to win a football game if you're the Judson Rockets. All things are on the table.
After all the bad luck that Judson has had in this season, to get a win against an undefeated Canyon team in district play would be huge, especially the fact that they gave 2 touchdowns away.
Yeah, and remember, Don, Judson last year took them a while to figure it out, but once they got going, they were Judson again.
They throw it out, double. Got to go backwards from here on out. They're trying to get it to their guy. Reagan's got it. He's got a lot of speed, but making a tackle, still on his feet. Now it's over. And the Judson Rockets hang on at home, and it's Miles Wisdom making the final tackle as the Rockets win it on homecoming, 14-13.
What a ball game. Offense, defense, and special teams wins it at the end for the Rockets.
Time for our Living Way play of the night, and it has to be that reverse trick play touchdown for the Judson Rockets as Aiden Ramirez gave it to found a way to get it to Davion Watson for 46 yards as he went the distance. That tied the game. It was a huge momentum change because at that point it had been all Canyon in the first half. Judson really didn't have anything to show for their entire night offensively. That got them going, and they end up hanging